Alrighty, hello and welcome everybody to tonight's fantastic dinosaur action. I decided just to keep myself already primed, ready to go, sized perfectly as it should be. I want to get right into the action tonight, and well, if you're new here, you might not believe a deck like this can work, but you will believe it. It's going to be lovely, and very, very devastating here. As always, on Magic the Gathering Arena, explore best of 3 Mythic. I mean, not for the entire month, but it's been the majority of the month, which is quite nice indeed. Oh, I had to try it out. We'll get right to that new edition. It may just stay the night, which is alright. But the Quakestrider Ceratops, of course there could technically be something else for 6 that's better in some sense, but for 6 I get something absolutely massive. A 12/8, there you go, enough said. However, with the Cactusfolk Sureshot potentially giving this Haste and Trample, oh, that is just so incredibly lovely. I also just wanted something else that was big for the cost of 6, going with the Castle Garenbrig activation for anybody that wants a faster rundown. And I have been meaning to record perhaps an updated primer, but the long primer, 2 hours or so in the description explaining everything, but I'll just go over it. Sunken, taps for 2 green. We choose green usually. That 2 green, 1 land, 2 mana goes into castle. We have 2 other forests, and all of a sudden 4 lands in total, including the castle, and we make 6 green, and we play Quakestrider, sometimes on turn 4. Sometimes that's not fast enough, but oftentimes the opponent could just be dead, and sometimes I make 7 on turn 4 with the instants or sorceries that search for a land. We assemble a sunken, we might grab another sunken, maybe we have a castle in hand that we also start with, and all of a sudden the opponent's chances have sunken, and there's no coming back. Every once in a while you do get to make 8 mana on turn 4, and you get to play Ghalta, and then Ghalta puts everything out and the opponent concedes sometimes, or maybe they're just so stunned they want to see the absolutely
ruthless aggression.
They want to see that happen because it is so fantastic. Palani's Hatcher still in the side there quite nicely. Clifftop Lookout, if I want to go a bit faster, if I think something is going to destroy my lands, they have a Field of Ruin, whatnot, that sort of thing. But we can have this to just, get ahead, potentially. Back to Nature, I haven't really seen too much of that 5-color Overlord enchantment deck from Duskmourn, those Overlords there. Pithing Needle still staying in. It's going to be a long time, I think, until I cut Pithing Needle to help against cat food combo, various other things as well. But I say we jump right into it. The link tree in the description, which will send you to the Discord. If you like Discord, you can freely join, and I don't always talk about dinosaurs. It could be many things. Pokemon Go, I had a pretty successful spotlight hour just recently on Tuesday. I caught, 12 Teddy Ursa, I believe. That was pretty darn sweet. I got a few lucky Teddy Ursa because I had my wife's account and then traded to myself, and it was pretty good. No hundo, unfortunately. I'm looking for maybe a hundo Ursa Luna. I have one that's 14, 15, 15, but that's good enough for me. And I didn't get a shiny Teddy Ursa, which would have been quite nice. JDX, thanks for joining. I know it's a little bit later than I said. I was trying to stream a little bit sooner, but I always have such a good time making the thumbnails. Sure, this sure is a good thumbnail tonight. Okay, hey, that is good. You have chess, which is perhaps relaxing, and sometimes this, I guess, which is also relaxing. Combining the two, maybe it's going to put you to sleep, perhaps. I think there's a very good chance that I put this opponent to sleep with the hand that I have. Commune, we see if, well, we don't get a land, unfortunately. What might be the best thing to grab? Gonna grab Ghalta. I do have a play for a 7 mana with the Sire of 7. Sylvan Scrying is gone, 100% without question. Okay. Oh, I grabbed the Ghalta with Commune and I drew. Well, this is not the best start to the night. If some of you are new, you may not be believing it. Everybody stumbles once in a while, just like Neo got beat up pretty bad against Morpheus there when he was... the statistical probability. Well, that is rough. That is rough. Huh. I guess eventually you'll have to learn about, well, all the openings and whatnot. Or you just favor something and you learn how to defend and attack from whatever your favorite opening is, and I guess you could prepare that way quite nicely. You know the variety of things the opponent could do to potentially counter your strategy. Kind of like I know basically everything most opponents could do. Not that they can counter what I'm doing. Okay, well, I think we'll pack it in. That was rough. Now, I don't know. I guess it all depends. It would be nice, perhaps with chess, to have a couple different openings under your sleeve. But perhaps in chess it does reward focusing and mastering one opening. If the opponent knows the kind of opening that you're traditionally known for, you know that they know, so you can kind of mind game the opponent that you're playing against. A little bit. But this is back to the game. Rakdos mid-range, but oh no, it's got to be Transmogrify, I think, perhaps. Either way, it's not going to be something fun, I can tell you that much. I'm going to cut the Quakestrider Ceratops, and we're going to get the Clifftop Lookout in, just to get a few more lands there. Now, I would say so, yeah. Just learning how to play fast in general, whatever opening it is, that's got to be quite beneficial. That hand, I'm keeping it for sure. The Ponziania. I like the sound of that name. Huh. There's probably a lot of funny names for chess openings, I would imagine. Maybe the opponent is mad. They were thinking I was just going to concede. Of course, that's not the case. I'm always having a good time. Oh, look. The thought seize again. Whoever would have guessed the opponent would thought seize. Of course, we try for a Commune. And we grab the castle. Beautiful stuff indeed. Now, would they get rid of Clifftop next turn? Hard to say, but I'm dropping Commercial District. Cactusfolk Sureshot, I love that. I hope that Clifftop sticks around. Next turn, we play it off of the castle. And I like our chances because of it. Could grab another Sunken. Don't need it, but we'll see. There we go. We make 6 at the very least next turn, but I could draw a land that enters untapped and possibly play Vaultborn, and then the opponent might just concede. Maybe. Technically the opponent is dead because all I have to do is simply grab Ghalta next turn. Oh, you're gonna Transmogrify that goblin? We'll see. We just have to hope there is no Thoughtseize from the opponent. Another thought. Yeah, so it is Transmogrify with Case of the Stash Skeleton. Sadly. Oh boy, they have 4 mana. Gee, I wonder what's going to happen. Well, maybe not. Obnixilis. Well, that's something, but they're still dead. We'll wait and see what they do, but they're still dead. Just a bit. Huh. Yeah, no, they're still dead. This is good. This is what it's all about. Perhaps it is not quite like chess, because you have all the information, your opponent has all the information, you see everything on the board, but of course the opponent does not know that they just die. They just die. Which is a lovely place to be. I guess in some cases, you know, eventually you'll have checkmate in chess, I would think. Poof. Done. Smoked.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
I guess that is true. Everybody could prepare differently and have a different game plan and whatnot. Yeah, it's definitely night and day from that first game. I guess perhaps there is more mind games. I imagine there's maybe more mind games in chess. Also maybe Magic too. It's hard to say. There's a lot more to consider for sure. I mean, Magic here, it's pretty straightforward. I look to assemble a big amount of mana, and then I put some stuff down, and that's about all there is to it. Of course, there's more intricacies, but with chess, you're like, ooh, if I do this, then they do that, and I do this, and they... You don't have to ask yourself all those questions here. You could, to some degree, but yeah. I guess that is what it takes to be a master in a lot of stuff. Not just necessarily chess. Not that I'm saying I'm a master in dinos, but I play them. I have played them more than anybody. For sure. That sounds pretty intense. Perhaps a little nerve-wracking, perhaps, but I guess if you had calculated the mate, it wouldn't be so much. I like that hand. I have a feeling that maybe they don't get rid of Commune. Sunken to be the source of green for Commune to dig. Oh! And we drew a Castle Garenbrig off the top. This is good. Oh, this is... well, the opponent is potentially cooked. Technically, they are dead on the spot coming up, which is quite fantastic. For anybody that is not aware, I play Castle next turn, Archdruid searches and puts the second Sunken out, and turn 4, I have 8 mana. They die. Look at this. Oh man, you're gonna Transmogrify something next turn. Ooh, shoot. Gee, I wish I was packing the heat.
But you can't do this to me.
You know how much I sacrificed?
Definitely JDX playing like it's Tron. Oh man, maybe they'll get Valgavoth. Valgavoth would be pretty. Oh. Attack with the goblin first, get the treasure, and then Transmogrify it. Okay, maybe not. They might also have Boseiju who endures, which would take out Castle Garenbrig, unfortunately. Let's not jump to conclusions. We have not won yet, technically. But we are about to make 8 mana on turn 4, so we'll see. Ooh, lovely stuff. I think that's probably going to be it. There you go. Hello, Blappa. Yes. Fight me. Let's go. Man, what a way to start. I think Tron is still viable. Dino Tron assembly 100%, but JDX, this might be a fun fact or maybe a sad fact. However you feel about Tron, it almost made it into the Foundation set, the set that was just recently released, the set that gave everybody Sire of 7 Deaths. They were considering the Tron lands in Standard, Pioneer, all that stuff. It would have been legal in all of it. But I'm the Dinotron. It would have been interesting to face off against Tron though. Big amounts of mana, few lands, versus that deck, which is big amounts of mana and few lands. Yeah, we'll see. But maybe one day the Tron lands will come to Standard, Pioneer, all that stuff. But yeah, have no fear. At least Dinosaurs are here, getting the job done. Okay. Yeah. You just gotta stick with it, stay positive. Sometimes it doesn't come together, and then you'll get there. What am I drinking tonight? Just black coffee, dark. A black coffee, no cream, no sugar, nothing. Hagetsuki. I've faced Hagetsuki before. This evening, I faced Hagetsuki. I forget what it was, though. I think I won. Not entirely sure. Well, we're about to find out if they have a Thoughtseize. It's going to be good. If they don't, it's going to be potentially pain. Oh, no. Cats. Hagetsuki on cats. I think it was Selesnya Hate Bears, I thought. But, well, they're dead. Probably. I can almost guarantee we're dead. But Castle Garenbrig is lovely stuff. Take the ping. We got to search for Sylvan. Lovely. Lovely. I could, potentially. Yeah, Kahira 10 cents. Yep, 2, 3. If I had a flame sweep, of course, it would be quite fantastic. But I have to imagine we are just a dead coming up. I don't know. I'm not too worried about. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's how she goes. I'm surprised I haven't seen more Selesnya Cats in a bit. I mean, I'm seeing it quite often. I probably should bring some sort of sweeper, damage-based sweeper. I don't know. I'll consider Leyline of Sanctity. Against this deck, though, well, Quakestrider Ceratops, not doing a whole lot. So we'll bring in that lovely Clifftop Lookout just to speed things up a little bit. Play it on turn 3, possibly hit a Sunken Citadel, the land that is closest to the top, or it might be Castle Garenbrig. Any number of lovely things. I might risk that. You know what? I got a good feeling. Just because it is commercial district, I have the surveil just to see what's on top. If it's not a land, send it to the bottom. I could draw a Commune, which would get me the next land. I could get a Sylvan Scrying to get the third land to play Clifftop Lookout. Archdruid's Charm is not that. Alright. Of course, if I did have a sweeper, I would bring it in, so due to the fact that I don't have a sweeper, it's not going to be a great chance of coming away with a win here. No cats yet. Oh, I wish I could have mulliganed a bit. Certainly not a great opening for the opponent. Arabo maybe coming up. Oh, Brimaz is good too. Well, hey, I got that next land. Lovely stuff. Don't need another Vaultborn Tyrant. It would be lovely if I drew a Sunken Citadel off the top. Play that, Clifftop, make a big amount. Yeah, oh, okay. Making a 4 or 5 with a cat that's also attacking, that's a 2/2. And we're not dead yet, but mostly-ish. I think one of the better things possibly could be ranging raptors, just some smaller dinos that could block some of the cats. Wouldn't necessarily trade with them, but getting some value. Quite lovely. Whenever ranging raptors is dealt damage, you search for a basic and you put it onto the battlefield. It's pretty good. Would be good if I could play Sire of 7 Deaths next turn, potentially. Trade with a lot of the... Oh, they got it. Felines, yeah. Yeah, no, that's the lovely, fantastic potential of Selesnya Cats. Doesn't get much more simple than that. Play some cats, play some lords. Just to highlight the lords, they got the Feline Sovereign. All their cats get bigger. And their cats have protection from dogs. Arabo, recently again from Foundations. All their cats get +1/+1. And whenever it or another non-token cat enters, they make another cat token. And then Brimaz. Well, it doesn't give all their cats +1/+1, but it's a good creature. Kahira as well. So +1/+1 and Vigilance. +1/+1, +1/+1. It gets out of control. Real quick. Brimaz, oh, 100% is a classic. I thought something was wrong, JDX, and maybe some other people too, when they perhaps faced this new card from Foundation's Jumpstart. I completely forgot that Brimaz is legal in Pioneer, just because it's from such an old one. A Changeleon. I faced this person before. The classic Brimaz is good. I kind of like that updated art from Jumpstart Foundations. It's pretty cool. But we'll see. I don't think that I beat this. No. Mono Red. Something like Mono Red. Could be problematic. That hand, though, could be also problematic for the opponent. Maybe this was the Transmogrify opponent. I don't know. Anybody that remembers last night that happened to have watched it. Oh boy. Sometime, I guess. Of course, against most opponents, yeah. I think that would be. I think this was the Greasefang person. Yeah. No, maybe not. Commercial district. We do need that. Yeah. We definitely need Castle Garenbrig. Just grab it to have it. There you go. I mean, I guess the cat opponent was lucky to face me because they had many chances to make a bunch of cats from Brimaz. I guess many other decks other than me, well, they have at least a little bit of removal. A touch. We should be okay here, I would think. Fable? No, Unholy Annex, okay, so just classic, fantastic Rakdos Demons coming in hot. At the very least, I'm able to play the Quakestrider Ceratops or the Cactusfolk Sureshot next turn, which I'm thinking it's surely going to be the Sureshot. If that can survive because of the ward too, giving haste to Sire of 7 deaths the turn after would be devastating. Well, hey, I'm playing something next turn. It doesn't matter how many thought seizes you have. I'm playing something. And you better watch out. The fear of missing out, it's just going to keep tickling for 2. And that's not so bad. Well, there's the classic fantastic Carnage Tyrant. It has built-in removal hate with hexproof, so yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, eventually they'll figure it out. Sire of 7 deaths, ooh, okay, so they're more scared of Tyrranax Rex. Okay. Could be a little bit rough. They deal 4 with both of those creatures, plus now they have a demon, because Mutavault is all creature types, so instead of them losing 2, I lose 2. But at the very least, we're playing somebody big. They mostly have to take Cactusfolk Sureshot out. Otherwise, it is going to be problematic. Quite problematic. Oh boy. They might make me sacrifice it or just straight up kill it. But if they can't, and they can't remove a Sire, it could be lights out. If they spend all their mana to play something, they're going to make a demon? Not a great idea. I think they're going to do something else than that demon. Okay. You can't spend much of any more mana. They have to have at least 2 for a piece of removal for the Sire that's going to hit. Because Cactusfolk looking for a Thoughtseize to get rid of Sire from my hand. Probably. Nope, you can't target it. Ward 2. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Ward 2. So it's definitely much more appreciated than Palani's Hatcher or Regis or Alpha. They would have killed it now. because they were looking at it for quite some time, flashing over it. You know what they were thinking. But now they only have 1 mana. Sire lands, it has haste from the Cactusfolk. I gain 7, and then if they attack the next turn, I would get... I think they're done. I believe they're done. But we'll find out. Boom.
You have no power here.
Ouch. Pretty scary stuff. Doesn't even tap. Oh, beautiful. You have 1 mana. There's nothing you can do for 1 to kill it. Now all of a sudden I've stabilized pretty nicely. That wasn't Harry Potter. If you were thinking that clip was Harry Potter, that is Lord of the Rings. But I do miss classic Harry Potter though. Just, oh man, that was good. Seeing the very first Harry Potter movie in theaters. My friend's mom actually took us out of school early just to go see it on one of the... Oh, okay. Yes, it does remind me of Dumbledore. Absolutely. That's what I was figuring, where you were going with that. But just fond memories of seeing the Philosopher's Stone in theaters. I mean, they gotta pay 7. Good. Technically, Sire of 7 Deaths connected twice. It dealt 7 to him, and then they paid 7, total of 14. Not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think we still should be mostly safe. We're at 13. They have to pay, at the very least, a total of 4 just to kill the Cactusfolk. I don't think they want to do that. Certainly I'll try and get fear of missing out when it's attacking here, but you know, maybe they will pay 2. Oh, I know. It was JDX. Guess we could be losing the Cactusfolk Sureshot if we also trade with the Blood Tithe Harvester, which is now also attacking. I think I'll do that. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, okay. No, Fatal Push. That's good. That's good. You've got her wand. Okay. I don't know if I have any particular favorite character from Harry Potter with the books or the movies. Maybe Snape. I think I don't know. If I had to choose, it might be Snape. Yeah. I mean, if I get a land that enters on tap, they're dead. I would think. Okay. Gotcha. Perfect. Oh.
Yes.
Snape is pretty cool. Yeah, I say Snape. I haven't really thought about that question much, but the first one who jumps out definitely is that. However, I think we'll take out the Quakestrider. Of course, like I mentioned, you know, it's big, fun, interesting. It could easily become some other creature that is perhaps a little bit more beneficial than this thing. Of course, this is vanilla, but again, it could get trample. It could be some dinosaur for 7, and it doesn't have to be a dinosaur, but I do like to keep it as many as possible. Decently high, just because Commune with Dinosaurs can only grab a land or a dino. There is a decent chance that it can't grab much. So if you have a dino that, you know, elevates the plan or helps it along, you get to grab that, which is quite nice. And then also potentially giving everybody a haste, maybe. You want that from the thing you could draw, and now you can grab it with Commune. Where something else that gives haste that isn't a dino, that might be cheaper, is in. Like Cactusfolk, I can't grab that with Commune, so sometimes it is a little bit rough. My favorite dino though, ooh, I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't know, I'm gonna have to think about that. Maybe one of the nice dinosaurs. One of the nice dinos. The one that herbivores. It would be some herbivore that I could ride. Maybe a Brontosaurus that I can build a mobile home on, a giant fortress. Kind of like the elephants or elephants. The elephants from Lord of the Rings. That sort of idea. That'd be pretty cool. That hand is pretty cool though, because we're looking at 6 mana. We have enough to activate Castle with all those lands. I like the Vaultborn. We have to send something to the bottom, and it sure as heck isn't going to be Archdruid's Charm. We're on track for 8 mana, turn 4. Maybe. Of course, now we're losing Archdruid's Charm, but we still get to make 6, and there is not a shred. No, they can't stop us. Thoughtseize or Duress cannot get rid of a land. Oh, lovely with that commercial district. Certainly going to be the land that I play for turn 2. See what's on top. If it is a land on top, I might just send it to the bottom, because now we will eventually make 7. Okay. Don't need another commercial district. Potentially it could be an Archdruid's Charm that is underneath it, which would be very key if we drew it this turn coming up. Hopefully it's not a land that's underneath commercial and quite flooded, unfortunately. Okay. T-Rex, pretty nice. Hopefully the opponent isn't super duper aggressive. At the very least, they didn't play anything on turn 2. Or they missed a land drop, I think. I think they have to discard something with that blood token, sacking it and hoping that they draw a land. Yeah, seems to be. I actually did read a headline, an article. I haven't listened to any of his music though, anything from that album, but it was pretty good. The guy's on fire for sure. Just a lot of Blood Tithe Harvesters, very interesting from the opponent. Oh, lovely with the Cactusfolk Sureshot. That is surely going to help us. Next turn playing Vaultborn 100%, but the Cactusfolk just being a decently sized body and the opponent having to pay quite a bit, possibly take off their entire turn just to get rid of that thing. Maybe they have some sort of land destruction. They know what's about to happen. They can see the Vaultborn plus the Cavern of Souls in my hand. Huh, okay. Interesting. It is always nice when an artist pushes the envelope. Hopefully they're in a good enough position monetarily that they can do that. Perhaps they wouldn't otherwise, but it's nice. You want to grow, you want to push the envelope, you want to try some different stuff. Yeah, guess we'll try and take it out. Not sure what their plan is, but it seems like we should be getting rid of a Blood Tithe Harvester. Permanent would have left the battlefield, whether they sacrificed the blood token or I took that Blood Tithe out. That doesn't do much. It does nothing. They paid 1 black to reveal the fact that I'm still going to be playing something big coming up. Okay. I think I'll definitely have to give it a listen, JDX. Hey, I took out 2 Blood Tithe Harvesters just because Cactusfolk Sureshot is Cactusfolk Sureshot. Hopefully they don't have a Thoughtseize to get rid of the Vaultborn. 100%. That's what I'm playing. big time. Look out. I have to imagine it will be somewhat hard for the opponent to recover, but you never know. Exile-based removal on Vaultborn Tyrant would stop it from making its token, which would be hard, and then maybe they follow up with some exile-based removal or a Sheoldred's Edict, just to simply make me sacrifice T-Rex there. But now at this point, if I get Ghalta, it's done on the spot. I'm going to be able to make 8 next turn, and there we go. A little bit of revenge after facing that dastardly Cats. Yeah. It's probably going to be maybe top of the list, at least for me tonight. Do I want to hate against Cats? I probably should, because I have not won against that new Selesnya Cats yet. It's pretty bad. We can't win against everything, but you can at least make something better. Likely have a better time against a particular matchup without sacrificing the overall game plan. And there could be some card in your deck that just doesn't do much when you face off against some type of strategy, so you can easily remove it, bring in a piece of sideboard tech, a hate card, or just something that indirectly helps against that matchup. If it just buys you time, boom, that may be all you need. I don't know. I'd probably just do some sort of cheese. I would make my own opening, then it would come up with a name. The Arfio opening. Because there's always room for improvement, I'm always improving it, and nobody knows what to expect. It could be, anything. Huh. I think I'll call my opening the Arfio, yeah. Something like that. Doesn't have a good ring to it. I'll have to think about that one. Arfio. Nah, I don't like it. I don't also like waiting so long. It's not the end of the world. We got some fantastic music, and maybe this could be the all-time record. I wait 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Maybe we get to 2:11, 2:12, something like that. At the very least, I'll continue to come up names for... Oh, okay, never mind. Here we go. We're off to the races. Pterodactyl Beefeater. Hey, no, I'm not surprised, JDX. Not surprised at all. It's kind of interesting that we're waiting for the opponent so long. This could be one of those glitches where you just draw, but maybe chess openings kind of... It makes me feel the names of them are similar to the names of racehorses. That's a lot of wacky stuff there. Yeah, it's just sometimes random sentences or a couple words, and that's the name of the racehorse. It's kind of hilarious if you go and look it up. If you haven't and you're not aware, well, pretty cool. But it is nice that, we could have such free reign naming an opening. There's one that's called the Cow, I believe. Last Train 87. I've faced Last Train before. I forget what that... Oh, okay. A draw against Last Train. It did seem like it was something like that. Perhaps somehow they knew it was me, and then they just went into a draw. Maybe I'll actually face them now, because they jumped right back into the queue. I should go look back and see what they were playing if I've beat them before. Hard to say. Well, Last Train, if you're watching, maybe we'll face each other again. But chess openings. Names of chess openings. The Dastardly Dino. My king will die no more, because the opening is so amazing. Sicilian. I like Sicilian pizza. Maybe I'll call my opening the Pepperoni Supreme. That sounds like a good opening. I've faced Kipsy before. Yeah. That actually could be a very good hand. Ah, okay. City names. Okay. Maybe I'll call... Oh yes, it's the mono red something or other. Sunken Citadel. This hand was maybe okay. It just became absolutely stunning. Yeah. Something aggressive. Kind of like the Cats. I'd imagine we're done for. Well, the opponent could be if we get a castle or another sunken. Their chances would sink. Commercial district, 100%. I mean, technically it would be better to play the forest, commune, finally find that castle. Still no castle. That's too bad. I would have figured that there would have been the first of 4 castles in the top 4. Yeah. In the top third of the deck. And by next turn, if we haven't seen Castle Garenbrig, we wouldn't have seen 1 of 4 in the top 20, which is pretty crazy stuff. Of course, we still might be okay-ish, possibly. At the very least, I would be able to make 7 next turn. Sire of 7 Deaths might help us stabilize just enough. Okay. I mean, we're not dead. That's pretty good. Something burn related, perhaps. Archdruid's Charm at the very least. We get that castle finally. And we get Sire of 7 Deaths. We would have to take a ping of 2 just to be able to get it down because of the Stomping Ground there. But we'll see. We'll see. Ping of 2 technically at 9. Yeah. I mean, I imagine we're just dead. It could be to play with fire, fiery impulse. Not fiery impulse. Yeah, Bone Crusher Giant tends to do the trick. If we were at 3, it could have been over. But the Quakestrider, now we'll trim that. Bring the Clifftop Lookout to go a little bit faster. Now, the Quakestrider could simply be Clifftop normally. Or I could trim the Cactusfolk Sureshot. Of course, it is nice to give Haste and Trample to everybody, but sometimes you just don't get there with any deck. However, if the Cactusfolk Sureshot was Clifftop, I mean, that would happen quite a bit. I could even be a little bit more risky just because I have Clifftop there. That hand, no. Okay, much better. 100%. We don't need that Cavern of Souls, and, well, we hope that Clifftop sticks around. At the very least, it's a body that can block, that gets me another land. It's pretty straightforward right there. See if Commune can find that castle. Ooh, does not find a castle, but definitely a forest. I think there's a good chance that Clifftop just grabs a castle. A good chance that castle is the land that is closest to the top there. Okay, not so much. Castle Garenbrig? Castle Garenbrig, ooh. Yes.
Bazinga!
Now the clock is ticking. I have a creature that can block, stop myself. Okay. We're doing it, JDX. Just for you after this match, a special long-time subscriber request that I'm going to oblige. We're not dead yet. We're only taking 6. Let's not get all flustered. Of course, they could have removal for Sire, but well, if they don't, it's going to be problematic. Warfy, huh? Yeah, Screaming Nemesis is... Well, we'll take 3. Fine by me. Well, you have something to damage Screaming Nemesis? They have to stop me from gaining life. Oh, shoot. I know what Screaming Nemesis does. I'm not blocking it. Oh, really? Really? That's not fun. But we'll play T-Rex. I still get to attack with Sire, which is quite nice. They take a big chunk. We still might be able to survive next turn. Perhaps. We take 3 from Screaming Nemesis, which is a problem. We can't block it because then they would deal 7 or 8, depending if Sire or T-Rex blocks it. We'll see. At the moment, they're only dealing 4 damage. Kellen, we block for sure. Oh, Vigilance, 100%. And the Quakestrider Ceratops, that could be some creature with Vigilance. It could be Kahira, giving +1/+1 to Dinosaurs and Vigilance, which would be nice just to not leave myself open. Vigilance and First Strike on Sire of 7. Okay, yeah, well, that's pretty straightforward right there. Exactly lethal. It's good. Yes. Almost close, but no cigar. Which is that's pretty good. You just play some big thing just early enough, and sometimes you do pick up wins. Again, Screaming Nemesis is a little bit of a problem. I could just play Screaming Nemesis myself. That'd be all right. I mean, it's an early creature, pretty devastating if somebody big blocks it. Maybe it's helpful against cats, possibly. It's not like there's a super popular life gain deck going around, though. Yeah, if they didn't have the Screaming Nemesis, it would have 100% been all over there, for sure. I would imagine it's going to be somebody else we've faced before. I gotta say, that's probably one of my favorite things about playing when I'm playing late at night, but also the format, Explorer, not being quite as popular, so the pool of people you face is just naturally going to be smaller. You see the same ones floating around, and it's neat. It's a different feel, that's for sure. Maybe this opponent is a little bit upset having to face somebody in Mythic while they are in Platinum. Yeah. I can imagine that, JDX. We'll go with the Sunken. They didn't go turn 1 Thoughtseize, so I'm going to assume that they don't have it. It's always nice just to start with the first Sunken, get it down. Next turn we'll use Commune 100% and Blood Tithe Harvester. Perhaps it is just going to be regular, good old you-know-what. Ooh. Let me think. Technically, we don't need another land. We have a Sunken, 2 Sunkens in a forest. We're going to find Castle Garenbrig. That's a certainty. I'm going to grab the Quakestrider. I like that. We'll go with the forest, though. Still, dig and use it to still not find... Man, it's the night of not finding Castle Garenbrig. I would imagine a mouse slip does. Yeah. I have to think there's probably not much lag on chess. It's probably about the most stable thing around. The anti-aliasing, analyzing, whatever, the VSync. Oh, man, you gotta have a strong computer to play chess. Most chess programs, you need an RTX 5090 or at least a 5080 Ti limited edition, definitely. And then you might be able to not lag. You're going to get 10 to 12 frames per second with that, but yeah. Just a bunch of Blood Tithe Harvesters. Perhaps this is going to be Mardu Greasefang. It makes me suspicious seeing the Sacred Foundry there. But, I mean, eventually we got Castle Garenbrig, technically with that Sylvan Scrying. And then, boom, all of a sudden, 7 mana. Turn 4. Get him. Or not, because they sacrifice a blood to... Okay. Your guess is as good as mine. The fact that the opponent is in platinum, perhaps they're trying something out. Of course, all's Vaultborn Tyrant at a point like this. We're looking for Ghalta. We see Ghalta, we get him. I would think so, Blappa. Maybe. I mean, it doesn't make it any worse, 100%. I could try it. If I really start to love it, though, it is kind of dangerous. I would have to buy myself a copy in paper. The Great Henge was painful enough, but I don't know. I'll think about it. It's not a negative addition, though. No, they killed Vaultborn, and maybe that got me Ghalta. Or the card on top, underneath it is Ghalta. Gonna fatal push it and make that mistake and learn the hard way. Maybe. You can't fatal push it. Has a mana value of 7. They might think it has a mana value of 0 because it's a token. I think that might be it. Maybe. Get the oops ready. Oh, they did not make that mistake. Okay. All right. They're looking for some other piece of removal that is going to kill it. Huh. If they have artifact destruction, they... Oh, fear of missing out. Okay. Oh, it is... Okay, so it is Mardu Greasefang, like I thought. I was right. But also... Now it's just... well, it's not going to be a pretty sight. Might as well attack with that Vaultborn Tyrant. The fact I have Sire, we should be safe. Like we were almost safe against that mono red opponents previously. They would have to have removal for Sire before they do anything. Play Greasefang, it doesn't matter. If they have multiple combats, like Fear of Missing Out can provide, keep in mind, that's good. If Sire blocks twice in 2 different combat phases, I'm gaining a total of 14 life. It's done. It's not happening. You're not getting through with this one. Yes. Phew, but we have to be very scared and worried about the potential of this deck. Again, Quakestrider Ceratops trimming that. It is a little bit unfortunate. The cool big dinosaur, at least I think it's cool, even though it's vanilla. We don't see it too often because it's definitely the easiest thing to trim if I'm bringing something in. Doesn't do anything specific. And Sire, that sticks in. But Pithing Needle, for anybody that isn't aware, we choose a name. If we choose the vehicle that Greasefang can cheat out, it does nothing. The crew ability of a vehicle is an activated ability, so Greasefang cheats the vehicle out of the graveyard and it sits there. That's it. It goes from the graveyard to the battlefield and Greasefang bounces it back to their hand. Doesn't get to attack, nothing. It's pretty sweet. And I have been seeing quite a few Greasefangs pop up. I guess that hand's a little greasy and gross and not good. Not good at all. Slightly better? No. Okay, that's a lot better. Oh my goodness, okay. Cactusfolk to the bottom, T-Rex. Vaultborn Tyrant to gain life, draw cards, that sort of thing. If I had a choice between keeping Vaultborn or T-Rex, it'd probably be Vaultborn, but if the opponent had some counter spells and stuff, it would probably be T-Rex. But any other scenario, probably Vaultborn, the more general, safer option, I think. Hopefully I see a Pithing Needle. I hope they got Parhelion too. We have to see a Pithing Needle basically coming up right now. Pretty much. Might as well grab another Vaultborn Tyrant. Again, it may not matter if they play Greasefang right now. We will just concede because that's how she goes. That pretty simple and straightforward, but I could have potentially had one Pithing Needle. All I have to do is name Parhelion 2, and they would have paid 3 for a 4/3. That's it. That's all Greasefang becomes if it can't crew anything. So you see the potential power of Pithing Needle. You might have seen it shut down the cat food combo with Yurga. Oh, JDX, I forgot. I'm not used to doing mid-stream deck updates. Okay. Go a little bit slower. Remember to bring the Leyline of Sanctity in. I mean, I kind of like... It could work. It only works because there's Commune to dig for other lands. Commercial, hopefully seeing... don't need a Sire of 7 Deaths on top. I want to hopefully draw land. Then Commune digs and... Pithing Needle. Okay, Pithing Needle gone 100%. That's my bet. It has to be Pithing Needle. If it's not, the deck's entire plan just crumbles completely. Okay, that's to be expected. Lovely to see Sunken. Okay, we're chugging along. We might have to unfortunately use Archdruid's Charm to take out Parhelion 2. Okay, well, not too bad. At the very least, they don't have an artifact in the graveyard, which is quite nice. A vehicle in the graveyard yet. We have at least another turn before that happens. If we draw Castle Garenbrig next turn, maybe over. Thoughtseize to get rid of Archdruids, maybe. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Okay, let's hold on. Let's not get too crazy here. All right. Now we wait. If they do the Greasefang thing, we exile Parhelion 2. If we don't, we're 100% dead and done. Do what you gotta do. Excuse me. Do what you gotta do. Oh, it's not that. Not terrible. Get rid of a Carnage Tyrant. I have another one in my hand, so that's perfectly fine. I think I need to drink more coffee. Yeah, no more yawning. Maybe I've put a few of you to sleep, just because it is so late. I know I've put a few of you to sleep before. You're sitting back, relaxing, watching on the couch, watching on the TV, and I almost skipped by and went back to my turn, but now this is good. Almost grabbed a Ghalta by mistake. My goodness, I would have packed it in right there. I mean, at least we play Carnage Tyrants. It's not nothing. They could have no Greasefang. You never know. Okay, yep, nope, that's pretty straightforward, as it sometimes goes with the dastardly rat. Hopefully I gave the opponent a nice a boost in confidence, taking down a mythic opponent. Well, I could have a little bit more hate. Pithing Needle wise, there are a few other artifacts and things that stop activated abilities. Phyrexian Revoker, I believe that's what it's called. Artifact creature for 2, a 2/1 I think, and it does the Pithing Needle thing. Oh, yes, okay, phew, okay, can't, oh man. Hopefully I face off against the discard deck. JDX though, watch. Actually, we're gonna trim Quakestrider Ceratops. Now, normally I would not recommend this, but for anybody that is not aware, JDX has been. How long have you been watching JDX? That is the question. But a long time. It just does special thing right here. I mean, it's not like it's terrible. Quakestrider Ceratops technically isn't helping me win the game in some super duper fashion. It's just like an extra thing. And now this, hey, if I face off against burn, well, they won't be burning me because they can't target me, because Leyline of Sanctity, you have hexproof. I have done it before. This is not completely crazy. No. There you go. They can't Thoughtseize me at the very least. JDX. Hopefully I get some revenge. I make people who want to target me have a taste of their own medicine. They are about to potentially feel completely helpless. I like it. Now it is going to be interesting. Of course, I don't know what any opponent is on usually in game 1. If I see a good hand with Leyline of Sanctity, I'll probably just keep it. Maybe the algorithm now really does not know what to do with me, and that's why it might take a while to find an opponent here. Maybe it's going to be another draw situation. I guess I'll get back to thinking of... Oh, no. It was going to be the chess openings. Foam. I mean, it doesn't have a Leyline of Sanctity, but I would keep a hand like that every day, any day. Ooh, yeah. I couldn't tell you the last time I've seen all 4 Sunken Citadels so early, but again, should work out, especially if this is what I think it is, which I think it is it Phoenix? Counter it, I don't care. Okay. Is it Charm? I have Archdruid's Charm next turn, which is... Yeah, you know what? We're going to go with the Forest. We should find an opening, I think. Have a chance to cast Archdruid's Charm. Hopefully. Oh, look, the Brazen Borrower. Oh, look, there's the opening we're hoping for. Boom. There you go. I don't make 8 next turn. I could. If I draw land that enters untapped. At the very least, I play T-Rex, and the opponent might just quit right then and there. Commercial District, it will untap next turn, so we'll see if we draw something big, because the plan is to play Ghalta, of course. You can't counter this, you can't target it. You don't have enough extra mana for the Ward 4. You just hit for 8, and that's it. I've had a couple times this evening, usually once or twice a day, where T-Rex is all you have to do, because that's a better clock than quite a few opponents. They played a Brazen Borrower. Ooh, I played a T-Rex. We are not the same. Yeah, you still can't target it. But the problem... Oh, creativity. Oh, yeah. Maybe this is creativity. Well, if that's the case, I'm just going Sylvan Scrying to see if we draw out a counter. Maybe it would be the zombie one. Grab a Cavern of Souls for sure. I can't play Ghalta, so I'll just go with another Sylvan. I pull a land out of the deck. I increase the chance of maybe not drawing a land next turn, because there's one less land in there. It's not a big difference, though. I don't know. It makes me suspicious to see the Shark Typhoon cycled there from the opponent. That's mostly why it got me on that plan, that thought. I feel it might be. 3 steps ahead? Okay. Yeah, it's got to be creativity. Torrential Gearhulk. Something. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's my bet. Definitely with creativity. Oftentimes, at least I think, creativity has 3 steps ahead. Now, this opponent could just be regular Izzet control, which is definitely not common, but yeah. We'll see if we find out about creativity coming up. JDX, we got to trim Leyline of Sanctity. This particular opponent does not target me too much, but I did start out with it, and I will continue to start at least one more match. One more match after this. Do I want to go fast? Pithing. I say we go Clifftop Lookout. Of course, we do have to be wary and mindful of potential counter spells, which we saw with 3 steps ahead and likely others. I may have to name Frog for Cavern of Souls just to be able to stick the Clifftop Lookout, which, there we go, we got Cavern of... That looks good to me. Okay, we'll see if that exact scenario happens. Oh, they did. Oh my. The Castle Garenbrig. We're getting spoiled here. Oh, and this. Oh. They have to be 100% on point, I think, at this point. A lot of points. Of course, dinosaurs have points because they have teeth. Ooh. Slight stumble from the opponent. Of course, I think somebody would get dealt with. What do I like? Well, we'll go with... Oh, no counter spell from the opponent. That Clifftop Lookout happened instantaneously. Fiery Impulse is fine. But the Clifftop happened without a pause. So we know they don't have a counter spell. I mean, I could mostly kill him next turn. Yeah, I say we just play Sire of 7 Deaths. I think they will bounce it, remove it, do something. They will take 7, but maybe they don't have removal. Or if they do, it might be damage based, which they would have to pay 7 life times 2. Okay, no, that's not the case. Alright, that's going to be it. Ghalta is not very interesting at this point. Take out Riel. I'll learn my lesson from last night. Boom, I gain 8 life, and now I'm about to gain another 8. 36. Yeah, there's a reason Sire of 7 Deaths is as expensive as it is right now. Ooh, okay. But yeah, like I said, one more match. Sometimes all you need to do is just play a Sire, or just play a T-Rex, and then you play another one. Maybe play Sire of 7 Deaths one turn, the very next one is a Tyrranax Rex, and where you're going to be Rexing a whole lot of opponents. Yeah. You don't need to do anything fancy, but again, it goes back to the point. Quakestrider Ceratops just switched out for something. Just about anything would be certainly more helpful. Hulking Raptor. I actually had the fantastic Hulking Raptor from Lost Caverns of Ixalan there. 2/2 green for a 5/3. At the beginning of your first main phase, you add 2 temporary green. Of course, it has to survive a whole cycle to get the 2 green. And it has ward 2. No, ward 3. Ward 2 or 3. I forget. I think it might be ward 3. No. Either way, if you can make 6 with Castle Garenbrig on turn 4, even if you only use 4 of that 6 to play Hulking Raptor, if it survives, you're making 8. Next turn, there you go. 2. Okay, yeah. Ward 2 Bloppa. Yeah. It's kind of like a Cactusfolk. Oh, Changeleon. Not again. That's no fun. Yeah, that's how it goes. Oh boy. Well, that hand is an absolute keep because it's all the mana we ever need. And we have a bunch of lands, so there is a decent chance that we draw into something big. You would think. Thought sees me up. I don't care. It was the Greasefang. I don't know. All these opponents, if I continue to face the same people, they all kind of blend together. I think one person was this or one person was that. Yeah. Huh. Oh boy. Even if it's another Thoughtseize, again, like I said, I'm going to be getting something, someone. Of course, Archdruids would have been lovely. We did miss the opportunity to get to 8 mana on turn 4. But at least, right now we'll get to 6. It is nice to have the Cactusfolk Sureshot as well, just to have an additional thing. Oh, the Slasher. So we could be simply dead coming up if they play the Bloodletter of Aclazots. Oh boy. Hopefully Leyline of Sanctity will shine bright. I think it will. Hey, on the plus side of things, they didn't play Bloodletter of Aclazots with the Unstoppable Slasher. It's a bit of a combo. You simply lose all your life. The Slasher, you lose half. With the Bloodletter, poof, dead. On the spot. Unholy Annex, maybe. Oh my goodness, they played Unholy Annex. Whoever would have guessed. I mean, I can't play anything for 6, so Sylvan will just grab the Sunken, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Of course, now they might play the Bloodletter, and then 100% dead. But I did beat a sort of similar opponent this evening. Vaultborn Tyrant died, gained some life, just barely survived. Barely. Interesting that they didn't make Mutavault into a creature. But they probably want to play something big or just make the demon, the flying demon there. Or just that, it could also be. It's really all they had. Okay, that's pretty good. But we could draw Ghalta. We don't draw Ghalta, so we're definitely done for. If we had drawn Ghalta, we could have gained... Nah, still not enough. Alright, Leyline of Sanctity sticking around. Let's see. It would be nice if Leyline of Sanctity, helped out at least once. Just like it has in the past when Mono Black Waste Not Discard was pretty popular. That is non-existent at this point, which I guess is, kind of nice. I don't have to dedicate space to hate against that. But it was pretty cool. You just land the Leyline, poof, and that particular deck, Mono Black Waste Not, mostly crumbled. It was always so nice just to make them feel helpless, like they've made so many other opponents feel helpless. At JDX, this one's for you. Even though I would not pretty much ever recommend it, the Leyline. Hey, at the very least, they won't be stopping me. There we go. Two Leylines is better than one. Get her done. Not with a T-Rex on top, you won't. Hey, I've won with one landers. Of course, I'd have to feel pretty good, and we got a Commune. Would have been nice to draw a land for... Oh! Sunken? I'll go with Sunken because it always enters tapped, hoping to get another green source next turn. Will be good. Playing the green source plus Archdruids to grab and put a Castle Garenbrig onto the battlefield. Very nice indeed. Ooh, that's no, not so great. Hey, they could have a bunch of removal and a bunch of Thoughtseize. And the Unstoppable Slasher. Okay, well, we got a Sylvan Scrying. We'll put a Castle Garenbrig onto the battlefield and maybe just die to the Bloodletter of Aclazots. It's happened once this evening. It's just how it goes. Carnage Tyrant next turn could be pretty good. Certainly we would trade with Unstoppable Slasher. Okay, not dead yet. Alright, well. Wow. This is not too great. Certainly the Archdruid's Charm is going to search for and put a Sunken out, but there's not a whole lot we can do at this point. We could slightly stabilize next turn just playing the Vaultborn Tyrant. Just barely. Oh boy. Okay, here goes nothing. This is going to be pretty sweet if it works. There's not a 0% chance. Vaultborn Tyrant go to 6, block Unstoppable Slasher, gain a bunch of life. Maybe. Hopefully I draw land. Or I draw Ghalta. That'd be pretty cool. If they have removal for it, I don't think they're going to use it because it could just seal their fate, potentially. As long as I can block the Slasher, I get another copy of Vaultborn, the token copy, and then I gain 3 more life. Technically go to 9, but the Harvester would potentially hit me too. So we also got to be worried about that. Or they have exile-based removal. In that case, we would just be dead. Okay, hey, we got some life and a blocker. That's good. I think they have 2 pieces of removal, though, unfortunately. Oh boy. It's still technically, we might get them. We could draw land with this and then Ghalta for the turn. Land or Ghalta, you can do it. Okay, there's a land. There's a land. If we draw Ghalta, they die. I'm pretty sure. Here goes nothing, folks. Got the UFC clip ready, maybe. Maybe. Oh no, with that. Oh shoot. Yep, you saw it, Bloppa. You saw it before me. Golly gee. Man, that was so close. Oh, I just wish I could see what was on top. That would have been the absolutely perfect nightcap. They were probably a little bit furious with the Ley Line of Sanctities, but you got to admit, JDX, that was a one-lander. And look at the almost magical finish that just happened. That's pretty sweet. Who in their right mind would keep a one-lander? But like I said, there has been times where I've made it work, and if, of course, with Leyline, I know I'm not going to be interrupted. I know I'm going to be playing the spells that ramp, the Archdruid's Commune, all of it. I don't know. Maybe. Of course, it would help quite a bit against Burn, Boros Burn, which I have lost to a fair bit. Naturally, I would imagine it is unfavored. So now they can't burn me and don't have to worry about a Thoughtseize. But again, I don't like the fact that it would be useless in some matchups. And then later on, I'm not even in white. It's not like I'm looking to hard cast a Leyline. If you hard cast a Leyline, it's probably all over at that point anyways, if you would have needed it. But definitely in the sideboard. Something to consider. Maybe. Yeah, I'll think about it. But we'll leave it there for tonight. I had a good time as always, so hopefully you guys did. Take a big bite out of that like button if you haven't already, and hopefully your week went good. As good as possible at the very least. Hopefully you had a good time watching right now, later on, whenever it is. Get some good rest. All that good stuff. Yeah. And I'll see you next time. Peace.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
The best there is at what I do, but what I do isn't